press the bread down, pull it away, and you get this sort of bobbly textured effect. And you put that to one side to dry, and it takes about 10 minutes to dry. When it's dry, it looks something like that. So okay, I'm going to put my first letter in there now. Now, have you ever noticed the way those first letters, they're always really curvy? So I'm going to curl the top of my T, and the tail of my T, curve also. And when you've used a black felt tip pen, use one of these. These are my favourite pens, these, the old gold pen. Gives a great effect if you just put it right on the outside, on the edge there, of the black that you've done. There it is. Just following the letter all the way round. This gold pen just smears out into the paper. And there it is, the first letter of your ancient document. Now all the rest of the letters, if you do a bit smaller with a smaller felt tip pen, and of course it depends on what you want to say. For instance, he, he. It is hereby declared that the owner of this ancient document is now entitled to double pocket money. Signed, get your mum or dad to sign that, a pocket money contract. Or when it's someone's birthday, don't give them a present, hide the present and give them a map to try and find the present. And there it is. X marks the spot, an ancient treasure map attack. Just watch this. Great effect, and you can do it as small as you like. Come and have a look at this. Now just take some of this ready mixed poster paint you get in a bottle and just squidge a little dollop out onto your paper and get another colour and go round it in a circle. It's blowing bubbles at me there. That's it. And then another colour. Go round. Another circle. And another colour. And go round that again in a circle. You can use as many colours as you like actually. Then take one of these cocktail sticks or a straw, and this is the good bit. Start in the centre, just flick out, going right through all the circles, just flick really hard. There it is, slowly but surely, in front of your eyes. It creates a sort of Mad Catherine wheel. Great effect, very easy to do, and you can do it as small as you like, or as big as you like. Paint a scene onto some wet paper, fold it over to create a reflection in water. Well, I'm going to try something a little bit different this time. I'm going to use dry paper to start with, and you just fold your paper in half and paint your scene on the top half of the paper using the fold as the bottom of your picture. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint a very simple mountain scene. And what's on the top of every mountain? Snow. So I'm just going to slosh some white paint on there, and I think the idea with this technique is to keep your paint nice and thick so that it doesn't dry too quickly. Here's just the tops of the mountains, And some mountains in the distance. Remember, the old tip colour fades when it gets into the distance, so won't do those mountains as brightly coloured. There's the snow. Now for the mountains themselves, well, let's drag a bit of grey in here through the snow. There it is. So that's the dark side of the mountain. Just come around here and make it a little bit lighter where the sun is shining. And those mountains in the distance, again, just slightly lighter. A little less colour. Just bring it down there. And now on the lake side, or the river side, whatever the water's going to be, I'm going to try a technique that I really enjoy. This is called stippling. And it's one of those techniques that actually does the work for you. If you get a stiff brush and you just stab it at the paper, what it does is it creates your bushes or your trees for you. It's a bit darker, a little bit smaller at the lakeside, the distance. And on the other side, put some bigger trees. Again, use the stippling technique, just building up to bigger trees and brighter greens here in the foreground. Just a bit more green in. This is a great technique, this. It's also good fun to do. It is. And just to finish it off, I'm just going to do a silhouette with a couple of trees just down the bottom there. And now, the good bit. Take some water and literally slosh it onto the bottom half of your folded paper. Just covering the whole of the bottom half with water. There it is. And then fold your picture over, press it into the water, and there you have a water reflection picture. Now, you know how I like sloshing colour around? Well, I've discovered some great ways of making some very colourful pictures by moving paint. Just squeeze some ready-mix poster paint into a door that's just a bit bigger than a 2p piece, and then take another colour, just squeeze a ring like that around the first colour, and then take a third colour, and squeeze another ring just on the outside of that. And then take another piece of paper, the same size as your first piece, only it can be a different colour, and carefully line it up and lay it on the top like that. Now, if you take your finger, you can just feel the paint squidging around in between those two pieces of paper. Then lay your finger flat on the top piece and just move the paint inside the two pieces of paper. Just squeeze it along, and you can actually feel it squidging under your fingers. Just move it all the way around like that. This sort of star shape. Just keep it moving. And then when you peel back the top piece, if you've used two different coloured pieces of paper, you get two very different pictures. Another way to move paint even further is to mix it with a little bit of water. Now again, I've got some ready-mixed poster paint here, and I've mixed it with just a little bit of water. But it's a case of experimenting to get the right consistency. And just pour out some blobs of the mixture onto some card or stiff paper, and make the blobs roughly about 6 centimetres apart from each other. And this in itself is great fun to do, just pouring it out onto the card there. So just move those to one side, and when you're ready, grab hold of the card and move some paint. And just before it hits the bottom, move it to the side, and again over to the other side. And you just sort of judge when you want to turn the card. And there you have a fantastic motion picture. Lay it down flat to dry, and there it is. Try it yourself, move some paint, and give yourself an art attack. you can print using almost anything. For instance, I've got some string here that I've stuck to the back of some cardboard. I'm going to place that in the paint and switch it in. Get the paint all over it. And simply print it onto my card. There it is. Creates that lovely textured effect. Texture of the string. Give it one more. I'm actually going to create a picture. What is it? I'm not going to tell you. You can also print using bread. Now the good thing about bread is that you can cut it into almost any shape. You just got to be careful with it. And again, you get this lovely textured finish. Just press it on, make sure it prints. Lift it. And there it is. Good one. Another thing you can print with is half a potato. And again, you can cut this into any shape you want. You can guess what this is. It's beginning to take shape. Another one of my favourite things for printing with is cardboard. The beauty about cardboard is, again, you can cut that into any shape. A bit like Batman's logo, that. But it's not. I'm going to do another two of them. Just paint it, press it, print it. Again, you get those lovely texture marks there. You can feel the paint sucking underneath there. It's squelchy. It is. I'm also going to print using the side of a piece of cardboard, so you get a straight edge there. And the old favourite, sponge. You can cut it into any shape, small as you like, or as big as you like. Just plop it on top, give it a good pressing. Just watch this suckle. Lovely. And of course, it wouldn't be printing if I didn't get my hands dirty, would it? Get them stuck in there. Get the paint all over them. There we go. Right on the edge. Carefully lift it up. And there he is. Quick cartoon of an elephant, starting with his trunk. Put his trunk in. A few creases in the trunk. Elephant. What else has an elephant got? Well, it's got a huge body. I'm going to put that in there. Put his legs round there. Squiggling along. What else has he got? Well, elephant's got big ears. Tusk in there. Smile on him. I'm going to leave it like that. Keep it simple. That's a good tip, that, you know. Next time you're drawing a cartoon or caricature of an animal, pick out one or two of their most obvious features, in other words, the thing they're most famous for, draw them first, and build your whole cartoon around those things. Let's see if it works for a whale. Okay, well, whenever I think of a whale, I just think of a huge body with a big smile on it. They always have big mouths and smiling. And a tail. Just put the tail in there like that. And then they've got a little eye. Put that in. There. And they've always got these spurty, spouty bits at the top. So I'll put that in. There it is. Again, just keep it very simple. Cartoon of a whale. What about a parrot? Well, to me, a parrot is all beak and feathers. So there's the beak in there. Some feathers in there like that. Give him a wing, of course. Feathers on his breast. Claws. Doing a branch. He's got some tail feathers down there. There he is, a parrot. What about a lion? Well, to me, a lion is all mouth and mane. So let's do it like that. Mouth first.